Hello, America. Not every global warming nut is hiding out during the blizzards. I want you to see this from MSNBC.
These snowpocalypses that have been going through D.C. and other extreme weather events are precisely what climate scientists have been predicting, fearing, and anticipating because of global warming. Why is that? The thinking that warmer air temperatures on the Earth, a higher air temperature, has a greater capacity to hold moisture at any temperature. And then as winter comes in, that warm air cools full of water, and you get heavier precipitation on a more regular basis. In fact, you could argue these storms are not evidence of a lack of global warming, but are evidence of global warming.
I can't figure out why this program is beating them by 18 times. Let's see. I don't think it takes a genius to see through the more snow is proof of global warming claim, but if this is new information, and it is indeed accurate, I'm going to give this as a free gift to you. We've been using the wrong kind of thermometer. You know what I mean? The thermometer, you know, you have this thermometer that looks like this, and as it gets hotter, the mercury keeps going up. We've been using the wrong thermometer. This is what we need to... Our thermometer should be shaped, and I'm going to give this to you for free. You don't have to give me any royalties or anything. Just go make these. They're going to be in high demand. Our thermometer needs to start going like this because apparently the hotter it gets, the colder it becomes. The progressive agenda is more important than the truth to these people. And here's the great news. People start to see through the lies. I mean, they're looking at it going, that doesn't make any sense. It's only cold because it's hot. Every claim made by the media, every claim made by now scientists and our government, it's all bogus. Let me ask you a question. Did anybody's BS detector go off when the president said this?
Nobody's worrying about another Great Depression like they were just a year ago. And the worst of the storm has passed. So we acted. Immediately and aggressively. And 1 year later, the worst of the storm has passed.
Right. I saw the First Lady on Larry King. That's right, so the worst of the storm is behind us. Yeah, it is. That's weird. I mean, let's think about that claim for a second. In September of last year, of 2008, I should say, do you remember that one congressman that said he got a phone call? We were 2 hours away from world economic collapse? Wow, that was pretty big. That was shocking. I hadn't heard that one before. The president has repeatedly said that the actions of his administration averted the Great Depression. Remember?
Economists of every stripe were concerned that we might be slipping into a second depression. That's not what happened. Because of the Recovery Act and a number of other measures, and because of distasteful but necessary steps to help our auto industry recover and stabilize our banks, we've pulled our economy back from the abyss.
Yeah. Okay, I actually believe all of that stuff, okay? A year ago, we were this close to, not a Great Depression, but global collapse. Why do I believe it? Because I was saying it and being called a dope and a crazy man for 3 years before we got there. Do you remember anyone telling you that in advance? Anyone? Do you remember anybody in government telling you, hey, global collapse is coming? Anyone? 6 months beforehand, 3 months beforehand, that we could even be in a Great Depression? No. The people on TV, all the experts, the newspapers, everybody in Washington, they all said we were fine. I remember Barney Frank, please, it's going to be great. Fannie and Freddie in great shape. But now we find out that we were this close to collapse and this close to depression, but it's all past now. Why do we believe them now when they say everything will be okay, when they were saying everything was fine a year and a half ago? I want to make this clear before I show you some of the stuff on the chalkboard here. Whatever happens, we're going to make it. And the reason is because we're Americans. I'm not going to hold up a poster of, some president's face, red, white, and blue, and put hope underneath and go, yeah, and then close my eyes and wish all the problems go away. You're a big boy, you're a big girl. You can handle the truth. You need the truth. Well, I read a story from Mark Farrell from Market Watch. It just came out. He said, I have it someplace, I have it up on the chalkboard. He said that there are 20 things now, a global debt time bomb. 20 global debt time bombs that could go off at any time and change the world. I have another list for you I'm going to show you next week of the people who hold the debt. I'm going to show you in the next few days 35 ways where everything comes undone. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but I'm asking you today to just listen to the stats. Look at these things and ask yourself, what are the odds? What are the odds? And then you decide. And this is what you need to decide. Do I need to do anything in my own life? Should I save more money? Should I not buy that big screen? Should I continue to listen to those in Washington on both sides of the aisle who say, we're past the storm? Here they are, the 20 budget time bombs, deficit time bombs. First one, federal budget deficit bomb. You think that's going to get any better? We just raised the debt ceiling to $14.3 trillion. We just did that. Give you some perspective. This is 2010. In 2005, 5 years ago, it was 7.8. America's debt will be 84% of GDP. It will soon pass, and I don't even understand this yet. I'm trying to catch up and learn about this, a toxic 90% trigger point. They say 90% of debt, and you're in real trouble. We're at 84% now, debt to GDP. Then there's the U.S. foreign trade bomb. $400 billion in trade deficits added every single year. Foreigners now own $2.5 trillion of our stuff. China is holding over $1.3 trillion in treasury debt. Then you have the weakening U.S. dollar and foreign reserve. This is their gold. Everybody has our dollar in their banks, all the countries. If they replace our dollar with anything else as their main foreign reserves, our dollar is over overnight. Everybody said this was crazy 3 years ago. I said it's coming. They're now saying within 5 years it could happen. I think it's a lot faster than that. Cheap money bomb, credit ratings down and rates up. What that means is we're piling all these dollars out. The debt is climbing. Our banks are falling. Well, somebody's going to say, it works just like it does at your house. I want a higher interest rate. A higher interest rate. How do you pay for all this debt with a higher interest rate? Global real estate bomb. This isn't even over. Hadn't even started. Commercial real estate bubble is now $1.7 trillion. 1.7, bigger than the housing bubble. This one I love because I'm just going to erase this one. This is the peak oil and the population bomb. The reason why I'm erasing this one is because this one was reported by the United Nations. And, the United Nations is the one saying it. Oh, we're not going to have any snow in Washington, D.C. anymore, so yeah, I'm not going to listen to them. The next one is a Social Security bomb. This one's big. This one's real. They've been telling us it for a while. They say that by 2035, Social Security is going to go haywire. Did you see the story? What was it, last week? First time in history, we're in the red. Check your calendar. I don't think it's 2035 yet. Unless we're on military time,